Welcome, brothers and sisters, and congratulations for making it this far. I've left a link to a playlist in the description so that you can make sure that you've found all of the videos in this series so far. The next step in practicing quieting our mind, taking every thought captive, is to learn to notice and grow the gaps, both when we're on our own and when we're in conversation with someone else. So if your mind is anything like mine was, 13 years ago, you're going to find that your mind is constantly busy. But even so, there will be minute instances where you can notice a tiny gap. It might even be a split second. So first practice noticing those gaps. And then what we're going to do through sheer willpower is grab hold of those spaces between our thoughts and grow them. And any growth is going to be important and very helpful at this stage. Remember that it's a lot like working a muscle. Your control over your own thoughts is going to grow the more that you practice it. And just like a muscle, for many of us, it's like it's a muscle that we didn't even know we had. And it may have been neglected in the past. So to begin with, it might be very weak, but the more that we use it, the stronger it's going to become. And as a reminder, this has the most amazing benefits in our lives. I'm going to record another short video that describes one of the benefits that it has had in my life and that it had early on in this process. The other aspect of growing the gaps relates to times when we're in conversation with someone else. And this mostly relates to our self-control. Often with conversations, we tend to be waiting for our turn to have our say. I'm reminded of being a child, one of 5 siblings, and having to compete to raise our voices and to persist to get our voices heard. The amazing thing about silence in a conversation is that even if you're talking with someone who talks and talks and talks and talks and talks, at some point they're going to stop and expect a response from you. And if you stay silent, then that may speak volumes. Often though, it's both parties reciprocating, talking and talking, and we don't tend to give silence an opportunity to do its work. So one thing that we can be doing is just learning to slow down a conversation. This is especially helpful if a conversation is escalating, if there's some kind of conflict, discomfort that's happening. Learn to just slow it down. You might even just be slowing down your voice, taking a breath between the things that you say, and even leaving an extended pause. There are amazing things that can happen in extended pauses. It gives us the opportunity, first and foremost, to check in with God and go, okay, what do you want me to say? It's an opportunity for us to receive the instruction that God wants to give us anyway. It's an opportunity to check in with our body. Are we having any uncomfortable bodily sensations? What are our emotions doing? It's a moment for us to reflect on what that person has said and double check. Are we allowing what they've said to be twisted in some way as it arrives in our minds? Are we understanding them? Do we need to clarify with them what they've just said? Are they making demands on us where we can just put up a defense for a second and go, well, hold on. I don't actually want to agree to that right now, or I want some time to think about it. Sometimes if someone is trampling our boundaries, to be silent, and yet particularly if we're face to face, remain relaxed and friendly, but allow that silence to convict their hearts, or rather to allow God to convict their heart and to give them some wisdom in that silence, can be very powerful. It gives us an opportunity to go, well, is this a conversation that I want to continue in? Is it time for me to wrap up this conversation? So it's time now to be recognizing the tiny gaps when we're on our own and growing those by sheer willpower. And it's time to be both recognizing but also creating gaps when we're in conversation with others. Remember to give yourselves at least 2 or 3 days practicing these skills, exercising that muscle before you move on to the next step. Bless you, brothers and sisters. If these videos are blessing you, I do invite you to like, share, and subscribe so that other people can be blessed by them as well.